All right, welcome back. So we're still looking at effortless structure. Last episode, I was over there and I was trying to work out how to use the pattern. I'm still not going to actually look at the. I might at some point look at the instructions, um, but we're still get. But I still feel like we're getting somewhere with this, um, and that's because I never actually got into this menu before, and this seems to be. So this was like it used to be. It wasn't quite like this, but there was stuff like this. It looks like there's a bunch of different use template. Okay. This option specifies the order from which the randomizer selects items. Sequence sounds better than random, right? But it basically tells me is that I could put because it's kind of funny. Like if I wanted to get like I was looking at a gambrel roof and stuff, and I was thinking that maybe that was what the pattern meant, but it's not really. It's just the actual. I think if I wanted to do that, I'd still have to basically place lines or whatever. Uh, so option specifies a target for randomizer. It only takes effect when placed after another. Interesting. We'll leave it at this for now. Source. I'm not so interested in that. Right. All right. So let's just do y-axis for now. Well, I get really weird spawns, but anyway. All right. So that's a sequence pattern, right? Like I said, I'll try and figure out how to do various things. Let's just do a mirror. I think these are the only ones you get, right? It's similar to how the menu used to be different in the past. That's why I'm just a little. So we're going to say we're going to mirror a cube in. Okay. Interesting. So we're actually defining the mirror here, right? Okay, yeah. So it's basically so essentially it is basically exactly the same as it used to be, right? Yeah. Hmm. Still, and it looks good with the shaders. I was worried that that might be an issue. Um, um, yeah. So basically, is there a way to get into this menu more easily than this? Though that's a good question. Um, Another thing I was looking at as well. Well, it was bridging mod, by the way. I was using about 4 episodes ago. Toggle replace strategy. So it would make sense. You only really get one of the. Well, actually, technically, it could. Let me just see if I can add another transformer to it. That'll be interesting, right? Yeah, you can. I thought that might be the case, but I don't think. But you basically can't add another. I don't know what this means, IR, but it doesn't look like. Basically, I can only add uh, these transformers, whereas these things they're gonna just directly replace, right? I don't know. Hmm. They did it before though. Wow. We see what happens now. Just out of interest, right? This is where the graphics are a bit like are gonna get a bit interesting, right? But Okay, basically it's only using one anyway. It's not. It can't use both. There's no basically. Wait. I actually didn't realize I actually had a little info on that. Right. Wait. I could do this. What happens if I do that? Not much, right? I think you can. It can. It will display it on the menu. Um, but I think it's not like. Yeah. Maybe there's more to it. Maybe there's a way to get them both in there. Although I'm not quite sure why I would bother to do that anyway. All right. You know what? You know what? Another thing I could try. Let's go over here. Okay, I've got an idea. Try something with diagonal wall for a moment. Um, I feel like you don't get any choices with this. If I do use template on this, slices. That's what I was thinking of. Slice is always useful, right? Okay, that's what it means. Slices, radius, length, right? Let's do slices with the wall. Right? So you can sort of see it. I wonder how I could choose my own blocks though. Right? So how do we choose my own blocks? Let's just say choose this one and see if we can change these blocks to something else. Well, we can always do this, right? Oh wow, it even has the. It looks like everything is there. So say we're going to do. Yeah. So what I was saying before is I could use a coral block and then I could basically change it all to. Because I think there's a. Yeah. I'm not going to bother doing it there. There is a way to make it so it doesn't die though, basically. All right. So we've got a random selection now. We've got our 8 slice transformer.